Hi guys, welcome to my channel. I'm just gonna jump in and start my brows. I'm gonna be using a flat angled brush and my Elegant brow gel in dark brown. I have very thin brows, so I'm gonna fill up my brow with the brow gel until I get the shape I
like. Come, let us catch some feelings for night. Yeah. And if you tell me, say make up bello, bello. I don't go waste time, but to do like so. Bello, bello. If I Joe, this love. Yeah. This loving, no be chop and go. Hey, and because of you, I get to go strong. All over.
So now we're going to use a spoolie to brush out the front part of the brows. You could use any brush you have, really, any brow brush you have to brush it out. We just need to make sure we blend it well. Yeah. So now I'm using the mud flat brush with my LA Girl concealer in Toffee to highlight the under section of my brow. Yeah, so I'm gonna blend it out very well until we don't see any lines. Like I said, I have really thin brows, so I'm going back with a darker brow pencil to just darken up the brows a bit. I'm doing that for both brows. So I'm going to use a concealer shade that is closer to my skin tone to highlight the top part of my brows. I mean, you could use a foundation that is close to your skin tone also. That will also give it the same result. So I'm just going to blend it to remove every harsh line. So you gotta keep blending. Yeah. So I'm done with my brows now. I'm gonna go in with my LA Girl Pro Concealer in Toffee to highlight. I'm not going to be using any foundation for this look because it's really hot right now and I need my skin to breathe. So I'm going to be applying the concealer in the eye points of my face. That's my under eye. I'm going to apply it right there. Sorry, my daughter just moved the tripod. On my chin, forehead, and that. So I'm gonna use a damp beauty blender to blend out my under eye concealer, and really everywhere I apply the concealer, I'm just gonna blend it out, and I'm putting it on my eyelid because I'm gonna use it as a base for my eyeshadow. So I'm just gonna keep blending, and I'll get right back to you.
Touch me like you need it. Oh, like you need it. Yeah. I see the way you did look me. I should be the one that is teasing. I want Bobo, one shady beauty. Look at them, one for your she be. I know you want me.
Money fall on you, banana fall on you, Prada fall on you, cause I'm in love with you. Money fall on you, banana fall on you, paparazzi follow you.
So now I'm going in with my Sacha Buttercup powder to set everywhere I highlighted. I'm using a flat wet foam for this. This is a regular wet foam. You could get it in any beauty supply store.
I go buy you anything, I swear I know the lie. I go take you far away, I swear I know the way. Shorty said she no find the Mr. Lover, I just need you for the night. Yeah, she said she want, but I could give her every day. Oh, she said she want, never rock and roll.
tip of that same wedge foam to set the bridge of my nose. So now it's time to contour. So I'm going to be using my Sleek Contour Kit to contour. I'm going to be using the dark side. So I'm going to contour the side of my cheek, both sides, my forehead, under my chin, and the sides of my nose, just to give me that defined look.
You used to love me. You used to love me. And baby, I would ride for you, slow wine for you. I would touch my tippy toes, I would bounce it for you. Oh, all the things you used to do. I still remember back in December was the hottest winter. From the sunrise to midnight, the love day.
I'm gonna go in with my Juvia's Place Masquerade palette for my eyeshadow. So I'm gonna be using the lightest brown shade there because that's the closest color to my skin tone. So I'm gonna be using that for my transition color. The key to a good eyeshadow application is blending. So we're gonna do a lot of blending. Just gonna keep blending it out until you feel satisfied. So I'm going to go back in with a darker shade of brown from my Sleek Contour Kit to define my crease. So I switched to a smaller tapered blending brush because I wanted to keep the darker eyeshadow only at my crease area. So I'm using the brush to blend it into my crease. So now I'm going to go back to the same eyeshadow palette. This time around I'm using a reddish eyeshadow, but just at the inner and the outer corners of my eye. I'm going to show it in 1 second. Yeah, that's it. So you're also going to blend that out very well. So I switched to a bigger blending brush to blend out the edges of that eyeshadow I just applied right now. So I'm blending. So I'm spraying my eyeshadow brush with the fixing spray to make my eyeshadow more pigmented. So I'm using a shimmery gold eyeshadow and I'm just going to pat it onto the center of my eyelids. Just going to pat it on. Yeah. Then when I'm done with that, I'm going to go back with the same fluffy blending brush and make sure I blend out every line. I'm using the L'Oreal liquid liner to line my eyes today. I'm not doing anything dramatic, just keeping it simple today. So I'm going to apply that to both eyes and then apply my false lashes and then I'll get back to you guys.
Everybody seems to think they will be good together. Everybody done the talk, say make you be my lover. But they don't even know if I'm your spectre. I don't even know if I take your breath away. You don't even No matter the way that I with you. Oh. Aye, yeah, yeah.
So let me know if you guys want a tutorial on how to apply false lashes. So I'm going to apply my second lash off camera just because I don't want this video to be too long. So now that we are done with that, I'm going to take a pointed smudge brush with the same eyeshadow palette I used the first time. I'm going to take the reddish eyeshadow and I'm going to put it right under my eyelid, and I'm going to use a mascara to darken up the eyelashes I just applied. So I'm going to use my Real Techniques powder brush to buff out the powder I used to bake my face. Yeah, so I'm just going to wipe it off my face. Yeah. So I want to make sure I get everything out. I'm gonna go back with my Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara to darken up my lower eyelashes. So I'm gonna do that with both eyes. Now it's time to blow it up. This is my favorite part. So now I'm going to use my fan brush and pick the darkest shimmery shade I have on the Image palette. You can use any brush really, you don't have to use a fan brush. I'm going to pat it to the eye point of my cheek. Then I'm going to be putting it on my cupid's bow, my bridge of my nose. Yeah.
Baby, all I want is you. Baby, all I want is you.
So I'm done with highlighting my face. So I'm gonna move up to my lips. I'm gonna be using the ColourPop lip stains in Limbo and Twinning Tiny. I'm going for an ombre look, so I'm gonna be using the Limbo to outline my lips and then use the Twinning Tiny at the center of my lips. So right now I'm just outlining my lips. So I'm just going to pat this to the center of my lips, not so much. So I'll be using the Maybelline setting spray to set my face so my makeup can come together and last all day. So that'll be it, guys. Thank you for watching my video. Make sure you subscribe and give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you guys later. Thank you. Bye.
I think that I found myself a cheerleader. She is always right there when I need her. Oh, I think that I found myself a cheerleader. She is always right there.